It's the premier show for you and me and you. That's right, folks. It's ENTHooligins with your boy, Baby Moy, alongside my man, the one, the only Ness, or as I like to call him, Simply Ness, on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. And it's our premiere show. Number 1, here on the list. ENTHooligins, y'all. Hit that bell to follow us. And hit that button to subscribe. We'd appreciate that. What's up, Ness? What's going on, my brother? Waiting for my colleague here.
Oh, here I go. My
good?
bad.
You
Sorry
good?
about that. Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good. All right, so here we are, man. How's your day been thus far? Let's start with that. Let's start with the easy stuff, man. Get that out of the way.
As far my day has gone pretty good, man. You know, just hanging out with the family today.
Oh, that's good. Family time is always good, man. Gotta treasure that.
Absolutely. How about you, man?
Likewise, man. Just putting in some work. You know what I'm saying? Blessed. Productivity is good, though, man. You want to do something good for the world, something good for everybody. And
all
that's
for
the
one and one for all.
That's right. And that's the basis and principle of this channel. I mean, I want to be as informative, as entertaining, and also inspire those with different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that no matter what, anything is applicable to life. They can do anything that they set their minds to.
Absolutely. There's just so many. The sky's the limit. I mean, we're all just individually. We're a piece of this puzzle we call the world we live in, this planet.
Absolutely.
So we all have a specific purpose. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, there's a reason for everything, and for everything there's a reason. Sometimes we may not see it, but hey, in due time, the pieces of that puzzle come together, and that's when we say, that's why X had to happen for us to get all the way to Z. Okay, yep. A to Z, but you know, we're not here to be politically correct now. Oh yeah, and I'm not using my pop filter for this.
No.
Nah, I kind of clipped the mic there a little bit, but I figure.
No pop today, man. We're just gonna go with snap and crackle, no pop.
Pretty much, snap crack. Right. Yeah. Got
my
water here too.
All right. I might have to get me another water in a minute. Yeah.
This jazz bossa nova stuff I'm playing is pretty good. Look, take a look.
Yeah. It's just right for the ambiance here. Yeah.
Really good stuff, man. It's relaxing. You hear this stuff at lounges, at restaurants.
Yeah.
You don't hear it at sporting events, but you hear it on sport podcasts.
Yes.
That's right. And this is the part of ENTHooligins that I like to call SportsVista. That's right. This is a sports show for everybody. The young, the mature, the middle-aged. For everybody. Did I mention teens? No, I didn't. Well, now I did. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. A lot of things going on in the sport world today, though. Today, every day, all this week. Matter of fact, this past weekend we had UFC. What was it? 111?
211.
211. I don't know why I always like to go to the ones, bro.
It's kind of hard to keep track because there's so many events happening at
for real.
With now that they have all the televised events, it's kind of hard to keep track.
There's more televised events than pay-per-views.
Yeah.
How many pay-per-views have we had this year? Maybe 4?
3 or 4, I think. Yeah.
And we had televised events almost every week.
The very first pay-per-view was in February. Go figure.
Wow.
And before that, we had like 3 televised events.
Remember back when, bro? I say back when as if it was a long freaking time ago, and I'm only talking maybe 2-3 years ago. We used to get 2 pay-per-views sometimes in a month span.
Which is fine.
Absolute.
Perfect.
But we weren't bombarded by all these extra TV live events.
Yeah.
Which again, you know what? Once upon a time, you know, there was a time where those shows felt really, really special. You know, they had some significance to them. Remember when they used to be what was the name of the network that it used to be, bro? Oxygen. Fuel.
Fuel TV,
Same
yes.
thing.
Fuel TV.
Same thing. Oxygen, fuel. Huh?
Yeah, that's true. Oxygen does fuel us.
Yeah.
You know, it provides us the fuel that we need in order for us to breathe.
Exactly. But yeah, on Fuel TV before it became what was it? Before it became
God, I forgot what. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Before, it was Fuel TV, then it became
something else, and then it branched from that to what we know now as Fox One.
Yeah, FS1.
Or FS1.
Yeah.
Too much.
Because at that time, sorry to cut you off there. At that time, you know, they were with Spike TV at the time, so I guess Fuel TV was like a sister station, I suppose.
Correct.
So then, when they got the deal with Fox, all of a sudden they have FS1 and FS2, and now Big Fox.
So, talking about all of this and what UFC used to be versus what it is now in terms of television broadcasts and pay-per-views, is it too much saturation? Is it to the point where it feels like it's asphyxiating us as fans of MMA, not just UFC, but MMA in general?
I believe so, because this is an individual sport. This is this is not a team sport. This is an individual sport. So we, you know, as much as we love the fight game, we don't want to be overwhelmed by it either. You know, because there's only but so many fights you could make it at a certain period, a certain amount of time.
Absolutely. I gotta agree with you here, and you know, folks, before we continue, I gotta say this. I could agree and I could choose to disagree with my partner here in crime, but he can't disagree with me. He'd get fired right on the spot. Live, right here. That's right.
Oh, well, you'll be hearing from Union.
Oh, man. Union. That's a nice play on there. You know, that kind of leads us to this segment, but man, that would be nice, but we got to kind of finish this off, and we'll move to the Union right after this topic. But as I was saying, I do agree with the fact that it's way too much, and shows what happens as a result of overdoing it is shows on TV just don't feel special anymore, man. Like I mentioned before, when it used to be on freaking Field TV. Every 4 to 5 months, maybe?
Give or take, yeah.
It felt really special. It felt like a big-time pay-per-view.
Yes.
Matter of fact, if memory serves correct, didn't John Jones break somebody's orbital bone on one of them shows?
Yep, it was against Brandon Vera.
There you go. Hey, we never saw him again, right?
Broke his orbital bone.
We never saw him again after that, did we?
With those nasty elbows that he's known for. Yep. No, we never saw him again after that. No.
Nah.
Oh, wait, I think we saw him again. Yeah. No, we never saw him again.
Nah. He was done after that. Lights out, literally.
That was also a fight night event where we saw him destroy Matt Hamill.
You know, that was a JBJ win. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it was it's a dumb rule. It is what I mean.
And rules is something we're gonna get into in a little bit as well. So hang tight, folks.
Yes, indeed.
And believe me, it gets hot. It gets really hot, hotter than this weather.
Yeah, we're just getting started here. Yeah,
for real.
We haven't even scratched the surface yet. Yep.
No.
Stay tuned.
But let's move on to Union. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by this is, a couple of days ago, there was a special someone on Booker T's podcast, Rumble Johnson.
Yes, sir.
But By the way, I gotta give props to Booker T. He's a hell of a guy on the mic, man. Not just from a wrestling perspective, but he conducts himself very professionally and knows what he's talking about when he interviews these guys. So, big up to him. But they were basically talking about his future and what was to become of him in his latter plans. Yeah, that's right. I said ladder. Huh? You like that one?
That's right. That's right. His latter plans, yes.
Right. And, I mean, all was fine. He basically repeated the same thing that he said during his post-fight interview and also during the
press conference.
Fox, what they call it, the Fox post-fight show and during the press conference as well.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
However, Booker T, he basically sent out a verbal invite to my man over there, Rumble Johnson, and told him, why don't you just come to the WWE? Followed by the statement of, you'll make good money there.
Yep, I believe he said, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember the exact quote. I believe he said, "Hey, you'll get paid there." Vince McMahon, he don't mind spending money, which is the gist of what he said.
That's right. And you know what? He clearly doesn't, because when we look at the figures, we look at for example, a jobber. Which, for those who don't know, a jobber is somebody who basically gets paid to lose matches. As we all know, wrestling is a scripted sport. So,
to be more specific, American pro wrestling.
Exactly. So a person gets paid for losing match after match after match, an estimate of 6 figures.
6 figures.
6 figures for losing.
No, I know. Now, how many people would love to have that job? I'm sure you were sitting back there going, "Wow, woo-wee! For 6 figures, all I have to do is let somebody throw me around for a few minutes. Okay, hey, where do I sign up?"
Exactly.
But that's just the bottom of the food chain, getting paid 6 figures. So just imagine.
Just imagine how much the mid card guys make, and then the top, the echelon, the pantheon of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the superstars that everybody knows and loves. Yes.
Exactly.
The icons, the legends, the main events.
And so on and so forth. They're making a boatload of money. You know, I mean, dang, it's a lot. But all that to say this, or to ask this, better said, how many UFC fighters make 6 figures? Hell, how many of them are cutting 5?
That's the sad part to this. You have these guys who sacrifice time away from their families.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
You said that's sad, and look at how somber the music just got.
Yeah. Perfect segue to me.
That's freaking crazy. Go ahead.
Partner over here was just made reference to we both made reference to the jobbers making 6 figures. These are the guys that are at the bottom of the food chain in WWE. Top of the UFC food chain are making 6 figures. Mainly, let me repeat that again. The top of the UFC roster.
And some of them don't even make that. Why? Because, listen, no union.
No.
And nobody wants to really voice an opinion. And you know what, man? It's so sad. And a lot of these guys also don't get the exposure and the propaganda that they deserve.
Prime example, this is Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Extraordinary fighter.
He is an extraordinary fighter, and he just tied Anderson Silva's title defense record on a televised event. Let me repeat that again. On a televised event that
to capitalize on that had its lowest rating
on Fox history. In the history of UFC on Fox. Please explain to me how that happens. That's a disgrace.
First of all, given this man's record, number one, or number one should be given his discipline in the octagon. Yes. Number 2, given his record, you combine both of those together, you got an extraordinary fighter and somebody that you should build to be a star, a poster boy.
Yes, because the man, it
And
just gets
I
better.
don't mean that in a I'm sorry to cut you off there. I don't mean to say that in a rude, obnoxious type way. I mean poster boy in a sense of they could be making money not off of him, but with him. And
Yes.
sadly, UFC ain't distributing the money that this person and many, 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 many other MMA fighters deserve.
And that's the reason why you have fighters now chasing these quote-unquote super fights or these quote-unquote big money fights. This is exactly why.
And yes, this even takes me to Conor McGregor. I know he is a poster child for that company right now. But at the same time, I must say this, or I must ask this. Why is he looking for a fight with Mayweather? Is there more than meets the eye? Are there things internally, relationships between Conor McGregor and UFC that we are unknowledgeable of, that we yet don't know about, that have not come to light? Could that be the case? Could this guy be looking for his payday that UFC ain't giving him?
That could be the case. And, and I also said before, you got these guys, all these guys now looking for super fights. The UFC just sold for $4 billion.
Mm-hmm. Repeat that phrase again.
Let me repeat that again. The UFC just sold for $4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
They bought it for $2 million and then sold it 20 years later, or almost 20 years later, for $4 billion.
Correct.
And you have these fighters, the majority of them, who have full-time jobs on the side. Let me repeat that again. Full-time jobs on the side while being fighters for this multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. Stipe Miocic, the heavyweight champion, still works as full-time as a firefighter.
What the hell are you doing?
This is a champion.
Your face on TV, a champion, heavyweight champion, on TV, on pay-per-view, on main events. And what's he doing on the side, Ness?
He's working full-time as a firefighter.
Full-time as a firefighter.
Todd Duffy
not
was
part-time. Hell, they shouldn't even be working part-time.
Todd Duffy, another heavyweight on the that was on the roster, was working as a Chicago police officer. How do you work in a full multi-billion-dollar company, in which the product, basically relies on you, because you the fighter, because that's who we tune in, that's who we pay to see. We don't pay to see Dana White strutting around in suits and promoting fights. We pay to see the fighters.
Exactly. Do you know of any bench player from any other organization, team sports,
Not
who
one.
juggle part-time jobs other than being in the Major League Baseball or NFL or NBA or hell, even the NHL for that matter?
If these guys
and FIFA's a whole different planet, so I'm not even going to touch that.
If these guys are doing something else on the side, it's because they've chosen to. They're doing commercials or other stuff on there. It's because they've chosen to do so. They don't have to.
Correct.
These guys in the UFC, they have to work these jobs because they don't make crap from what they're doing, from all the sacrifices they make.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching the company make billions of dollars off of them, and they're making pennies. That's not right.
Why did Brock Lesnar accept Vince McMahon's offer? Because, as he said on ESPN once upon a time, he offered me something that I simply could not refuse.
You made him an offer he could not refuse, and I don't blame him.
Which brings up the question: somebody with the name, because Brock Lesnar's name is a brand in itself.
Before you proceed with that, here's the thing: Brock Lesnar, in his last fight, made $2.5 million. In his last UFC fight, he made $2.5 million. That doesn't even make any sense. How? Conor's biggest payday was probably like what, $3 million?
Give or take.
For all the money he helped make them? Because the guy can sell a fight like nobody's business. Okay, let's get that straight right now. The guy can sell a fight. He is probably the greatest fight seller in MMA.
Absolutely.
And the guy will fight anytime, anywhere, any place, anybody.
Absolute.
That's his legacy.
I mean, say what you want about him. He's controversial, all you want. And he's pretty much, I like to title him a WWE guy only because of his antics and shenanigans and all that. But
yeah.
All that aside, as Ness just said, credit to him, he will accept any fight, anywhere, really anywhere, including a boxing ring. Which, that in itself is a spectacle.
We also know that Conor McGregor's a smart man because he sees all this money the UFC is making. And he sees that they sold for $4 billion, and he's like, hey, I want my piece of the pie. And after his last fight, he said, at the post-fight press conference, he says, hey, look, man, I got a baby coming up. You know, hey, look, if they got to come and talk, and I want a piece of the pie here.
Exactly.
By the way, congratulations to Conor McGregor and his fiancée on their new baby.
By the way, does this set the mood for baby making? You know, you're at a nice restaurant, you know.
I don't know. I guess if you're into that kind of thing, yeah.
No, I'm saying in terms of going out on a date, you know, you're on a date, you go to one of those fancy restaurant lounge things,
works,
you know what I'm saying? And you have a couple of drinks over this, you know.
Yeah, you know, a little glass of the Vino Blanco, or something with an umbrella on it, you know.
yeah, you know. But beforehand, to get in good shape, you know, you do a few push-ups, cuatras, you know. You get a nice massage from your Maria, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
But if somebody like Conor McGregor is out there gallivanting looking for other deals and to fight elsewhere other than being stationary in the UFC, the company that he's under, mind you.
Yes.
If somebody like him is doing that, just imagine the state of all these other fighters.
Which, by the way, a lot of other fighters have come there. They have been vocal as of late.
They have.
They've been very vocal as of late with the current state of the UFC.
And you know what?
And the pay disparity.
We need more of that.
We do. And they also need a union. I swear they need a union because if they didn't have it, they wouldn't be getting away with this crap if they had a union. Fighters need to unionize.
They do, man. They do.
They need to unionize. I know this is an individual sport, but when we're talking about billions of dollars being made and they only get 0.1% of that, something wrong.
You know what? Going back to the Booker T thing, though, he also said something else that just came to my mind. And he said, quote, Vince will take good care of you, not just take care of you. He said he'll take good care of you. In other words, that makes me believe that they not only cover for you from a financial standpoint, bruh, which, you know what? When you look at the medical history of the WWE and you look at the list of injuries throughout the years, have the WWE and at the time WWF, did they not take care of their boys and women?
They took care of that. Yeah, they did.
They took good damn care of them. There was none of this, okay, you pay this much and I'll just give you this much. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, oh boy. You're a $4 billion company and you couldn't hash out $60,000?
$4 billion plus.
And you couldn't hash out $60,000 for one of your fighters to get, what was it, eye surgery?
Yeah.
Really?
It's crazy.
And they expected him to pay it off?
Of course.
When he don't even make that type of money.
Let me say
it again. When he don't even make that type of money. These are people on TV. Why are they not making money?
This is the thing with the UFC. They are so arrogant because they have no other competition. That they're just like, we could treat these guys like crap because they have nowhere else to go.
That's a shame, man.
It is. It's an absolute shame because there wouldn't be a UFC without the fighters.
Well, then again, everybody's migrating to Bellator.
Bellator, yeah. Which has merged with Glory Kickboxing, if I'm not mistaken.
That is fact. I think people could see the bottle of water I'm drinking. Y'all thirsty?
Yeah.
Y'all want a drink? Yeah, I know y'all want to drink. Uh-huh. I drink
Bottoms
about a
up.
gallon a day.
Hey,
This
you know what?
makes you pee like a mother.
A gallon a day keeps the doctor away.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, man, it is hot in this place.
Woo-wee. Summertime is here. Or
It is
almost
hot.
here.
But going back to the fight game. You know, we've had this conversation so many times, and we always reach the same conclusion. Union, union, union. And we always ask the same question. Why?
Why?
Seriously. If you're on TV, especially if you are a figure, like that of a sports figure, you should be getting paid. Especially with the work that these people are putting in and out each and every single day, bro. Spending days and weeks and months
Away from their
families, away from their loved ones.
Yeah.
Secluded in God knows where. Yeah. Not only secluded, but getting your butt handed to you, literally.
And all they get in return is pennies? Yeah. That's all they get in return is scraps. That's asinine. That's a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace. Because, they wouldn't have a company if it wasn't for the fighters. Okay? As I said before, people aren't paying to see Dana White strut around in a suit and talking to people. That's not why people are paying. People are tuning in to see the fighters.
And again, you know what? Scripted fighters get paid more? I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm not saying that they shouldn't.
No, I understand what you're saying.
And I'm not saying that wrestling... Listen, if anything... And let me make this clear.
Yeah.
Wrestling is even more hazardous than MMA.
Yeah, because they have a more demanding schedule. Okay, they're on the road 200 days out of the year. Constantly performing. Constantly
performing. And yes, scripted all you want. Again, I say that word.
But yes,
but you got to respect the fact that these guys
are athletes.
At any given point, bro, you could fall the wrong way. I could accidentally drop you the wrong way. You could chip off a piece of the table and that part stabs you God knows where. You know, you could get an infection because of that. A number of things can go wrong. And I'm not even going to begin to document all of them, but just to give a few, Darren Drozdoff.
Yeah, he suffered paralysis, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Steve Austin.
Yep.
You know, that's one that I know a lot of us remember and know.
Wasn't that when they wasn't that when they banned the pile driver?
Yeah.
Right after that Steve Austin incident?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it Kelly or was it Candice Michelle on Raw one time? I know it was one of the two. I think she messed up her neck or some crap like that.
I think it might have been Candice Michelle.
And these stupid morons gave her water?
What the?
We were watching it together, I recall. And I said to you, why are they giving her water? That's what you shouldn't be doing.
Well, she wasn't dehydrated. Good gracious.
Not only that, but given the severity of her injury, she could have choked on that.
Yes.
I don't get it. But anyway, just illustrating how dangerous wrestling is, but at the same time, MMA is also dangerous.
Yes. But the difference here is the wrestlers, they get compensated for their work.
Correct.
And the sacrifices that they make.
Correct.
Where the UFC fighters do not.
At all.
At all.
Chris Weidman, where was he beforehand, before he became champion, before he became semi of a name?
He was, I believe he was... Well, not only that, when he became champion, he was still living in an apartment, which Superstorm Sandy washed away. So they ended up having to be at his in-laws until they got a house.
I can't believe it. It's upsetting to know that these people make or these people should be making more money, but they make chump change.
Yeah.
They might as well. You know what? They'll make more money working as one of the Geek Squad members at Best Buy. No. I'm not being.
You're right.
I'm for real.
You're right. And the only, and the only risk they have is the risk of getting carpal tunnel. I mean, come on.
They could get electrocuted, bro. I mean, what if you're plugging one of the computers in to fix the hard drive or whatnot, and you accidentally stick your fingers in the socket?
Well, you wouldn't be a Geek Squad member if that were the case.
You imagine if the tests require you to answer, okay, question 1, do you know how to handle an electric plug?
That wouldn't surprise me, believe it or not.
Do you A, put your fingers in the socket, B, the edge of the socket, C, dip your hands in water before using any electric appliance?
Oh, C!
You know, I'm sure there's somebody out there who would answer C, not because they're dumb, but for giggles. Ha-has.
Yeah, like, did they really ask us this question? Seriously? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Seriously.
But it is an absolute. It's absolutely criminal that these guys don't get compensated the way they deserve.
That's a shame.
With the constant risks that what they put their bodies on the line and their health on the line and the sacrifices they make
during both the training and then the fight.
Right.
Matter of fact, training is more hazardous than the fight itself.
Yeah, because they have to train, the disciplines of all the disciplines of martial arts, as well as
cutting weight. You know, there's a reason we're cool like that, bro.
Yeah. Bum ba dum, bum ba dum, bum ba dum, bum. Oh, yeah.
I think you're off key. What you're looking for is. Huh?
That's a little guitar score right there. Yeah, good job.
That's right. Little Brazilian flavor.
Right on. I'll have some bonbons.
And navregadeiros.
There we go.
Huh? You gotta love those.
Those are delicious.
Those are the chocolates, correct?
Yes. Ooh, they are delicious.
I encourage you people, if you have a Brazilian or Portuguese place nearby, go to it. Get the rodizio. You won't be disappointed.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's the best $20 to $25 you'll ever spend on food.
And if you go to the website and enter the code, no, I'm just kidding.
No giveaways. No giveaways yet. The keyword is yet.
But nonetheless, yeah, you will enjoy it. It's good eating, absolute good eating, quality, awesome atmosphere, beautiful, just an all around good time.
That's right.
Just an all around good time.
So, before we go on, do you want to do some reads?
Go ahead, yeah.
No. Do you want to do some reads?
No, you're the read man.
I'm the read man?
Man, yeah.
This part of the show has been brought to you by Hanes Underwear. Hanes Underwear. Let your jewels be cool. Let me stop. Oh, man. Wouldn't they be warm, though, if they're, tucked in there?
Yeah, well, hopefully they're not tight, because otherwise they're gonna suffocate in there.
They will, man, they will.
You gotta let them breathe a little bit,
Well, that was a little gripe right there with the UFC. Now, here's another gripe. Rules. What's in, what's out, what's a red light, what's a green light, what's good, what's bad, what's dark, what's night, what's hot, what's cold, what's smooth, what's rough.
So recently, I'd say maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, they've adopted these new rules that are quote-unquote unified. However, the problem is not every state has adopted these rules. As a result, we have had confusions amongst referees, fighters, judges, and because of that, we've had controversial decisions. Most recent one took place at the prelims of Saturday night's event, when we were watching an awesome
And not too long ago, we had one during a pay-per-view.
Prelim featured attraction between Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. Those guys were that had Fight of the Night written all over it. They were putting on
both those boys were putting on a nice clinic, man. They were whooping on each other.
And then, the fight ended in an unfortunate circumstances. I mean, nobody knew what rules that Texas was operating under. Apparently, they were operating under the old rules.
Apparently.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
See, if these rules are unified, shouldn't they?
Yes.
Supposedly, aren't they supposed to carry over no matter where you go? Whoa, the music just ramped up.
Well, that's what I thought. I mean, that's the definition of unified. That means everybody, right? Unified,
Yeah.
one for all for one.
Exactly. So no matter where you go, the rule subsequently should stay the same.
And I've seen people blame Herb Dean for the miscall, but it's really the athletic commission's fault for not adopting the new rules.
Exactly.
And secondly, Herb Dean called it a no contest rather than a disqualification because he felt like those knees were not intentional.
Exactly.
Mind you, people, Herb Dean is in the ring with the fighters, and he's watching this live, right in front of his face.
But it's like deja vu again, bro. This whole concept of hands up, hands down, da-da-da, legal, not illegal. Just make the damn thing legal.
For anybody who saw that fight, obviously, Eddie Alvarez was rocked. So when he was, throwing, fighting on adrenaline and hitting those knees, he was half blind in one eye, so you couldn't even see him.
Why don't we just make things legal, bro? Why don't we just do away with a lot of this crap? Listen.
How about
let me ask you this. What is the difference between a horizontal and vertical knee strike?
Nothing.
It's a knee strike is a knee strike, right? The only dichotomy there is one is standing, the other one is lying. How you like that one? Dichotomy?
Yeah. And you're more likely to get knocked out by a standing knee than a lying down one. Yes.
But it's a knee nevertheless.
Yeah. So, if we are going to have these rules in place, can we all just please be on the same page here, so that nobody's, because it's not right for everybody, for the fight, because the fighters, they have to worry about the fight. They don't have time to keep track of what state is adopting what rules. And it's confusing the hell out of everybody.
Exactly. Just carry over, let the company deal with its own rules, and let them carry over from state to state. And then we would not have any problems at all, because the refs, just as the fighters, we would all be under one damn page.
Yeah, we would all know what the rules are. They're called the unified rules for a reason, right? They're supposed to be unified.
Of course.
And it was just so disappointing and aggravating to see that fight end that way.
No, I was disappointed. I was looking forward for that being Fight of the Night, actually. Hell, it was Fight of the Night. Had it not been for that.
You want to talk about emotional roller coaster? We're over here going, yeah, oh snap, this is awesome.
He got him. That's it. It's not over. Oh my God, he got him. No, now he boom, bing, 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 bing. Yeah, they were just
that fight. Oh my God, we were loving it. It was awesome. And then it ends on this goofy, controversial rule because Texas hasn't adopted the rules.
We still love you, Texas.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Texas.
I don't, because all my exes live there. So that's why. That's why I bring my heart in Tennessee. Okay.
This part of the show has been brought to you by George Strait. Listen to his newest album. You could experience tracks like... Yes, get George Has Gone Jazz at every retailer, including Vicky's Secret. Ooh.
Hey.
All right. Hey, if you don't have fun, what the hell, right?
That's what this is all about, man. Just interacting, having fun, being informative, being entertaining, just being human. Look, hey, look, man. Look, life is too short to be serious all the time. It's just
Exactly.
we all know it's chaotic at times, but hey, we gotta stop and smell the roses from time to time. Yeah.
Exactly.
For our own sanity's sake, man.
You gotta just chill some, relax, take it easy, be cool, calm down.
Yeah, take off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down with this. Oh, anyway.
Yeah, to this jazzy beat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, take off your shoes, relax your feet, jam onto this jazzy beat. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Girl, let's have fun under the sun.
Yeah. Oh, that is an awesome guitar solo right there. Look at that.
Oh man, this is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all hot and stuff, but it's fun nevertheless.
Yeah, just sitting here enjoying a nice evening, just shooting the breeze, conversing about the the current events of sports. Yeah.
So, I know you kind of fallen off you have fallen off the bandwagon of scripted environments, but
yes.
Let me ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, over the weekend, I was watching the last NJPW pay-per-view, and I was also watching War of the Worlds, which featured Ring of Honor taking on NJPW. I watched both parts, night 1 and night 2. That's a lot of wrestling for one weekend, right? But here's the thing. One thing that I've realized, and that I've always realized, in terms of other wrestling organizations, even one as big as New Japan, the audience is so genuine. And, in Ring of Honor, they're vocal. In New Japan, they're more of a quiet type, but respectful of the art form that these people bring in and perform night in and night out.
Yes, absolutely.
And I sit there and I watch these guys and I'm thinking to myself, why can't this other company just present good fashion wrestling? These boys go out there and they don't really cut that many promos. You know what they do? They psychologically tell their stories in the ring. And that's the ring.
And that's perfectly okay. I for one appreciate the fact that everywhere else around the world they treat wrestling as a sport rather than a circus.
And you know what? Other than the co-main event and the main event, you get no video packages. It's just one match after another, after another. Then you get to the co-main event, you get a video package, but it's not a video package necessarily documenting every little thing that's gone on between the two combatants. It's more of a... You know how in boxing or in MMA you have these video segments, but they're kind of interview segments kind of brief. Of things that both fighters have said.
Combatants. Yeah.
They're bantering back and forth.
Right.
It's pretty much the same principle. So I don't understand. I mean, I do. I understand that WWE is corporate. I understand that they have to answer to other people now. They're not just about them. Now that they have ties with all these other public relation type of personnel. I get it. But let me ask you this. Be it that you're the WW freaking E, and be it that you've got Vince McMahon steering the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you steer boats or paddle them? What's the deal?
I think paddle, yeah.
Okay, you have him paddling the boat. I mean, why can't they just do them? Vince McMahon in itself is power, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
So what the problem is? What is wrong with a wrestling heavy show? What is wrong with letting your boys go and be as natural as possible?
We now live in a time where everything is drama centered. There's got to be some sort of a drama, some sort of a soap opera. That's where we're at now. And it's unfortunate because there's more drama than action. Somehow the drama has become the action.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like back in the heyday when I used to watch it, the 10 years I used to watch it, it was a balance of both. It was enough drama that built up the fights.
Correct.
And the matches were classics. I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. Is awesome. Yeah, I like it.
Now WWE don't even make their own custom themes for their pay-per-views.
They don't?
No, they use other themes from other artists.
Wow. When did they start doing that?
It started, I want to say, maybe around, 2010, 2011, give or take.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm. No more custom themes. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I mean, it's just changed so much. And I hate to say it, but not for the better.
Yeah.
And I think one of WWE's saving graces at this given point in time has been the WWE Network. Yes, Dana White, the WWE Network. I swear, that guy's an idiot.
Yeah. That's the reason why he created Fight Pass.
After he said, oh, they're not gonna work. No, screw that. Well, he used another word, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, the guy's a walking contradiction. He also said there'd never be women's MMA in the UFC.
He also said he wasn't going to endorse this whole McGregor and Mayweather thing, and now look at him. But of course, money talks, and you know what walks. And that's exactly what Dana is.
Because everybody knows this fight is not going to happen without UFC's consent.
Of course.
But Conor McGregor is under contract with the UFC.
Now, would this fight actually take place in September? I mean, think about it. We got this fight with Triple G and what's his face.
Nope, they're not doing. That was the day they were aiming for, but Triple G and Canelo Alvarez have taken that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you now, boxing aficionados are not going to watch a spectacle over an actual boxing match.
Oh no, any purist of either or sport, I don't think would tune in.
No.
But, there are more casual fans than what there are purists, MMA fans, or boxing fanatics for that matter.
Yes.
So, in that regard, I think it's still going to make a hell of a lot of money, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of fight parties.
But I can promise you it would not be as good if they tried to go head to head with this Triple G and Canelo Alvarez fight. Not going to work.
Let me ask you this. How popular in actuality is the UFC in your opinion? Is it as popular as they claim it is? And the reason I ask that is for this reason alone. We look at this fight coming up with Triple G, and you know damn well, bars, lounges, houses, apartments are going to be packed.
Yes, there are going to be fight parties galore everywhere.
Facebook is going to be popping. Twitter is going to be flooded. Instagram is going to be landsliding. When have we seen that for a UFC event? To that level, to that extravagance.
I have no idea. I want to say Madison Square Garden, but I don't know.
So again, I pose the question, how popular is it really?
In comparison to boxing, not as popular as boxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as popular as boxing.
And again, I must repeat, I'm not including FIFA because, first of all, it's not a fight game, but it's a monster of its own, too. So
we're strictly talking about the fight game again, and UFC is not as popular as boxing.
Yes. At all.
Because, look, as soon as they even announced this Triple G Canelo-Alvarez fight, that thing became a trending topic. Boom. Mind you, this is going to happen in September. They announced this, like, about a week or so ago.
Yeah, but no sooner was that announced. Oh, my God, the masses.
It flooded social media. Social media went ablaze.
The
Triple G and Canelo-Alvarez. Oh, man.
Holy crap.
The only people yammering on about McGregor and Mayweather are the MMA pages. And that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nobody else is really talking about it.
So should they have room to even boast or claim that they are the quote-unquote fastest rising... What is it? What is it that they say?
Fastest rising sport?
There you go. I wanted to say organization for some reason, but no, sport.
Well,
I mean,
don't know.
is there some validity to that, or is it just them hyping their own selves up?
I think it's a little bit of both. There is some validity to it, but at the same time, there's also some overhype to it as well. Mm-hmm. Because as I just said before, UFC is not as popular as boxing. No matter if boxing doesn't give you the fights that you would want or what have you. Boxing is still a beast.
No matter how you slice it, bro.
It's still a beast.
Oh, but there aren't stars as they used to be. Yeah, but again, as he said, it's still a beast.
It's still a beast.
There are still a lot of boxing fanatics out there, more than what you realize.
People marked out for Canelo Alvarez Chavez Jr.
Exactly.
People marked out for there was a fight before that happened. Who was it?
I don't recall offhand, but I know what you're talking about. And you know what?
Was it a Miguel Cotto match against somebody? I forgot who it was.
Yes, it was Cotto, now that you mention it. But you know what? That's after everyone was saying, oh, Mayweather's gone, so there's no more drawing power in boxing. Boy, were they ever wrong.
I'm sure people said the same thing. I'm pretty sure people said the same thing after MJ retired. Oh, Michael Jordan's gone. Basketball.
No matter what, bro, boxing will always have drawing power.
Yeah.
And given the state of UFC, given how things are happening now, and especially this dumb changing of the guard.
Oh, here's another thing I want to mention too, quick.
UFC's in trouble, but go ahead.
This goes back to what I said earlier. With boxing, one of the reasons boxing still is intriguing today is because they don't saturate you with boxing events.
That's very true. You don't see live events every single solitary week. And every pay-per-view, bro, they market.
Yep.
And they know how to do it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, bro, listen. It's all nice to see back and forth BS and people just talking all this mess towards each other.
Yeah, but after a while, you want to see a fight. After a while, you're like, okay, come on, let's go. Let's go.
Again, UFC has become WWE-esque.
Yes. We've been hearing about this McGregor Mayweather crap for the past pretty much since January.
Did you see the summer kickoff post conference that happened this past Friday?
No, I actually missed it. No.
Two things. I won't spoil it for you. We're gonna talk about this on our next cast.
Gotcha.
Once you watch it. But two things. Number one, of course, the back and forth arguing between John Jones and DC.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I'm gonna say.
Which, by the way, I'm glad they made that fight. That was the only fight to make it for John Jones.
Of course.
All nonsense about he should have a tune-up fight.
No. For what?
Against who?
For what? Who gonna stop that boy?
Come on, man.
Ain't nobody gonna stop that boy.
John Jones will be motivated for this fight. You don't have to worry about that, okay? These guys can't stand each other. Oh yeah, John Jones will be up for this one. And John Jones didn't lose the belt in the octagon. Oh yeah, John Jones he's on a redemption tour. He's out to redeem himself.
But other than that fight, bro.
And DC is out to avenge his only loss in his career.
But other than that argument that they had, as expected,
Of course.
there was also a fight during this conference.
I briefly saw a headline about that. I didn't read the whole article, but yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a fight. Somebody got punched in the face because.
Oh my god.
You'll see. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. You watch it. We'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, send me the link.
I definitely will. But you know what, bro? I think this is a good wrap up.
It is.
You know what? We'll leave it off on that note. And you know what? Be it that my partner here, Ness, is going to watch that video and let you people know what he thought about it. I'll pose the question, and you people can think about it. Has the UFC become, in essence, the WWE? And are they in trouble?
And if you don't think they're in trouble, why? Yeah.
So let us know. And again, I want to remind you guys, please subscribe. And also, hit that bell so you can get all your notifications whenever we post up on here. You guys will be up to date with what we do with all of our podcasts. And not only will we be doing podcasts on here, we'll be doing also product reviews, both in hardware and software. We're also going to be doing video gameplays and much, 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 much more. So stay tuned, be blessed, have a beautiful day, y'all. One love, Baby Moy and Ness from ENTHooligins. Stay cool, folks. Be classy.
Peace.